Good afternoon. We hit a mini jackpot. I think it's a mini jackpot. Just yesterday, I was trying to show how a lunar eclipse cannot happen the way they do if Earth is the eclipser and the moon is the eclipsee, because of the diameter of the moon and the diameter of Earth. Now, what we see during a lunar eclipse is a curve on the moon. See that curved? It's curved. It's not a straight line. See that curve? It's a curve. It doesn't matter where you go from. If something is smaller than Earth, then you will get that curve. See that curve? There is a curve. It's not a straight line. Doesn't matter where you do it from. See that? It's a curve. Becomes like a C, or the other way, a D. Yeah, you know what I mean. You go down like this. It's a curved line. That is what you get during a lunar eclipse. Now, here's the jackpot part. We're going to do it with Earth. I did it yesterday with the black ball. Where is it? And the ball I had from the neighbours that the kids threw over. Listen to this. It's very, very important. We are quite certain that the Earth is round, or nearly so. Photographs of the Earth taken from rockets soaring far above its surface show distinctly the curvature of our planet, Mikulo, right? Before this factual evidence became available, we could infer the roundness of the Earth from certain facts. It was known, for example, that the hull of a receding ship following the curve of the Earth disappears from view before its superstructure does. But I think we've seen lately that that is not true. 1961, listen to this bit. It was known also that as a total lunar eclipse develops, the Earth casts a curved shadow on the moon. They have tried to justify a curved shadow on the moon from Earth during a lunar eclipse. But unfortunately, having done this yesterday, but not with an 8.3 centimeter moon and a 30 centimeter diameter globe, which are perfectly to scale, 3.6 times bigger. This is what would happen if it really were Earth eclipsing the moon. Let's get that right. It doesn't matter which side we come from. It's a perfectly straight line all the way around. There's no curve. It's a straight line. Straight. When it uncovers, the same again. A straight line because of the size of the diameter of Earth. Doesn't matter which angle we come from, it's a straight line. A straight line. Never ever seen an eclipse with a lunar eclipse with a straight line. It always has Earth's curve in it. That's what they say. So when you hear flat earthers say It is not Earth eclipsing the sun and the shadow hitting the moon. You know why. They have lied in the books to try to get away with it. But it isn't so. It isn't so. It cannot be. When we have the next lunar eclipse, folks, you'll see the curve. You'll think it's the curve of Earth, but it cannot be. Not with the dimensions. It's a fact. Look it up. Do the research. Do it. Get a ball, a tennis ball, and a globe, and do it and work it out for yourself. It's no good use. I could have cheated somehow. The lunar eclipse that we see that curve on the moon, thinking it's Earth's silhouette. It doesn't work like that. Listen to this. Listen to this. If we were to dig deep down into the interior of the Earth, to the very center of our planet, we do not know positively what we would find. However, Earth scientists gathering evidence from various indirect sources have developed a more or less clear picture of the Earth's interior. 1961, this right here, folks, is where you're having your intelligence insulted. They're just telling you that we wouldn't know if we dug down. But Earth scientists, let me read that again. However, Earth scientists gathering evidence from various indirect sources have developed a more or less clear picture of the Earth's interior. What a load of rubbish. But people have believed this. 1961, the Book of Popular Science. From here, the lies have just bounced. Indirect sources, which were what? Which indirect sources did Earth scientists use? There's one other thing I want to read out here. Now, this is about that BS carbon dating. It's a few months ago. I know there's a speed bump in there, and I couldn't work out what the speed bump was. I don't know. Well, some of you remember because a few of you commented. Now, listen to this. We will get to these words on that board, the boards. We're going to do it later on today or tomorrow morning. The most exact method. No, let me just back up a little bit, right? I'm just going to read. You try and work out what these words have. What is a common denominator? Now listen to this, right? Where's my glasses? It's so much easier to read. This is only a couple of paragraphs. The age of the Earth. How long are we on? 8 minutes. Easy by 15. Various methods were used in the past to find out how old the Earth is. At one time, scientists were sure they could determine the age of our planet by analyzing the salt content of the sea. They took samples of seawater in various parts of the ocean. They learned that about 3.5% of the sea is salt. They argued that seawater was fresh originally and that it became saltier and saltier in the course of time. By calculating how much salt there is at present in the sea and how much is added each year, they believed they could tell how old the Earth is. Any scientist that reckoned that would be an idiot, wouldn't they? We realize now that this method is faulty. For one thing, no salt was added to the water of the ocean during the early years of geologic time. Besides, the amount of salt that is added fluctuates from year to year. Can you not see the insult to people's intelligence? The top man, was it? Bit of salt and pepper. He adds a little bit extra on a leap year. It's, if people cannot see that this stuff, it's just, here we go. The most exact method known to science for determining the age of the Earth is based on the study of the radioactivity of certain minerals. A mineral is radioactive when it gives off energy and subatomic particles spontaneously. that is, without any influence from the outside. Many minerals continue to be radioactive for hundreds and often thousands of years. As the minerals emit particles of matter, they break down into new and different substances. Here we go. Uranium is a radioactive element found in the crust of the Earth. It breaks down at a steady rate. After passing through a number of intermediate stages, it is finally changed into a form of lead that is not radioactive, Pb206. 1% of all the uranium of the Earth becomes Pb206 in 66 million years. What? Who knows that? How? 1% of all of the uranium on this spinning globe becomes Pb206 in 66 million years. How do they know this? People are going to be going, the people who defend the absurdities will be going, no, because of the decay of something else. If you cannot see, folks, right, what is happening here, you never will. Now, it gets better. 1% of all the uranium of the Earth becomes Pb206 in 66 million years. Why only 1%? When scientists seek to find out the age of the Earth, they study sample rocks containing uranium and Pb206 in order to determine the proportion of each. If 1% of the uranium has been broken down into Pb206, they know the rock is 66 million years old. The rock is twice as old as that if 2% has broken down. If they find out that 1% has decayed, how do they know how much the piece of uranium started with? When they pick up a rock and go, this has lost 1%, how do they know it's 1%? How do they know it's 1%? If they knew it had lost 1%, they know it has 99% left. Could they not just work out the age of it from that? No. If a scientist picks up this rock and has a look at it and says, 1% has decayed into Pb206, how do they know how much was in it to start with? There's your speed bump. How do they know it's lost 1%? If they know it's lost 1%, they know there's 99% left. If they know there's 99% left, don't they know the age of it? How do they know how much was in there originally before it lost 1%? They don't. They're liars. It's liars and charlatans. Been lying since the get-go. How long are we on? 13. Folks, it cannot, you will not get a curved line when Earth is eclipsing the sun for the moon. We're getting out of the sunshine. Look, I'm not going to have time to do it again unless 13:54. Yes, I am. I can move the sun. We've got a minute left. And we're going to use that minute wisely. Here's your Earth eclipsing the sun. Look, every direction. Find excuses for it. It is not Earth eclipsing the sun during a lunar eclipse. And there it is. Because what you see, you can look at the footage online. Look at that time and date website. Liars there that trying to make people believe that the moon is being... All right, folks. It isn't possible. It is not Earth. The moon has no gravitational pull on the water either, because the 4 highest tides are all up north. There is hardly any gravitational pull along the equator. Folks, It's staring everyone in the face. Laters.